What up, everybody? Blaze on Sports, and today we're going to do a quick recap of UFC 299, which happened at the Kaiser Center in Miami, Florida. Let's go. For the first fight on the main card, opening up the main card, we had Petr Yan versus Song Yudong. This was a really good fight. Song Yudong won pretty much the first round. It was a close round, but Song Yudong had a couple takedowns, and like I said, it was an exciting fight. Petr Yan, he started off kind of slow like he always does in the first round, but with Song Yudong's takedowns, he really didn't do too much with them, but he had a couple of them, so Song Yudong won a close first round. Then in the second round, Petr Yan picked up the pace. He had, towards the end of the round, he had a takedown with some good ground and pound, cut open Song Yudong, so clearly Petr Yan won the second round. Then the third round pretty much went like the second round for Petr Yan, winning the second and third round. He cut up Song Yudong some more, landing some better shots. So overall, Petr Yan won the decision, 3 rounds over Song Yudong. It was a good fight. Like I said, Petr Yan started off kind of slow, but then he picked it up, winning the second and third rounds. And Song Yudong was kind of not gassing out, but slowing down in the second and third round. So Petr Yan beats Song Yudong by decision, 3 rounds. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section. Then the next fight on the card, we had Gilbert Burns versus Jack Della Maddalena. JDM was losing the fight, but then he made a great comeback in the third round, knocking out Gilbert Burns. In the first round, both fighters were exchanging punches. Burns was landing some kicks. JDM was hitting Burns with some strikes, but he was kind of tentative because he was looking out for the takedown from Burns. Burns had a couple takedown attempts. And at the end of the first round, Burns had a takedown on JDM, landed a nice hammer fist to close out the first round. Then starting in the second round, Burns landed a good elbow on JDM, smashing his nose, had a takedown, landed a couple shots. So second round went to Burns. JDM did land a couple shots, but he was still worried about Burns' takedowns. And that's how the second round went. So the second round, I guess you could say, went to Burns. And then going into the third. Then the beginning of the third round, Burns was losing on his feet. Then Burns gets a takedown. They're scrambling a little bit on the floor. Burns then gets up. They're about to engage. Burns goes in for another takedown, and JDM hits him perfect with a knee, pretty much knocking him to the ground. And after JDM lands that perfect knee to Gilbert Burns' head, as Gilbert Burns was going to try a takedown, and JDM hits him with a knee, Gilbert Burns goes down. JDM jumps on him, starts landing some ground and pound, some elbows, and that was pretty much it. Could have been a late stoppage, but JDM comes back from behind to get the third round KO on Gilbert Burns. So JDM beats Gilbert Burns by KO in the third round. Then the next fight on the card, we got MVP Michael Venom Page versus Kevin Holland. And MVP wins by decision easily. MVP just pretty much dominated Kevin Holland the whole fight. MVP was piecing up Kevin Holland beginning or pretty much the whole first round, just outstriking him, looking like the better fighter. MVP towards the end of the round landed a nice spinning elbow that might have hurt Kevin Holland, and pretty much that's how the fight went. Kevin Holland was just outclassed. He was looking for takedowns. He got a couple in the fight, but that's pretty much all he was doing. MVP was just outstriking him, clearly the better fighter. And in the third round, MVP was doing what he was doing the whole fight, pretty much piecing up Kevin Holland, outstriking him, just landing all kinds of strikes, kicks, crazy kicks. Kevin Holland was trying to go for the takedown. MVP was just pushing him off, pretty much toying with him, landing lots of strikes, and Kevin Holland really had no answer for it. So pretty much that's how the whole fight went. Kevin Holland was trying to use his wrestling, going for takedowns and everything, and MVP was the better striker, and he just outstruck him the whole fight, and Kevin Holland had no answer for MVP striking. And Kevin Holland's wrestling wasn't strong enough to beat MVP, but MVP was clearly the better fighter, the better striker, and MVP wins the third round decision easily. So MVP beats Kevin Holland via third round decision. Then in the co-main event, the next fight on the card, the co-main event of UFC 299, Dustin Poirier versus Benoit Saint-Denis. And this was another good fight on the card. A lot of good fights, a lot of action on this card. Dustin Poirier beats Benoit Saint-Denis in the second round by KO. The only knock I could say on Dustin Poirier was he kept on going for the guillotine in the first and second round. It just seemed like he did a lot of guillotine attempts, but he didn't do nothing with them. But as I was watching the fight, I was thinking, like, what is he doing? He keeps on going for the guillotine. It's not working. He didn't have enough power in it. It wasn't really like underneath the neck or anything. Like, he was like kind of like he was going for it, but he really wasn't getting it like locked in. So Dustin Poirier kept on looking for that guillotine, but couldn't get it. Then in the second round, Dustin Poirier lands a good right hand like you see on the screen. Benoit Saint-Denis drops. Dustin finishes it off with some ground and pound, and then that's it. Dustin Poirier beats Benoit Saint-Denis by KO in the second round. Did you guys watch the fight? Let me know what you think in the comment section. The only bad thing I could say about Dustin Poirier is he's got to stop going for those guillotines. He kept on going for them. None of them were successful. So that's all there really was about that fight. It was a good fight. Dustin Poirier pretty much dominated. Benoit Saint-Denis landed some shots, but it wasn't enough. And then Dustin ends it in the second round with a nice right hand to get the KO victory. And then for the next fight, the last fight of the card, the main event, Sean O'Malley versus Chito Marlon Vera 2. Chito Marlon Vera won the first fight. He landed a leg kick on Sean O'Malley. Sean O'Malley dropped to the floor, and then the fight was pretty much over. Marlon pounced. O'Malley was unable to continue. Non-serious injury, got stretchered out. He said Marlon Vera hit his peroneal nerve, and he couldn't feel his leg. He couldn't move it. So Sean O'Malley loses the first fight with Marlon Vera, and then here at UFC 299, the main event, Sean O'Malley avenges his loss and beats Marlon Chito Vera in their second fight. The whole fight, Sean O'Malley pretty much outclassed Marlon Vera. He just pieced him up, landing way more strikes. Marlon Vera was almost unrecognizable at the end of the fight. Sean O'Malley was just hitting him with all kinds of shots. It was a good fight, but it was one-sided. Sean O'Malley just whooped Marlon Vera to retain his bantamweight belt. Sean O'Malley dominated the whole fight. First 2 rounds, it was pretty much one-sided. Then the third, fourth, later on, fifth, Marlon Vera picked it up a little bit, but it wasn't enough. Sean O'Malley just, like I said, dominated this whole fight. Pieced up Marlon Vera. Marlon Vera was all cut up, bleeding, bruised up. O'Malley definitely avenged his loss to retain his belt. Looked way better. Both fighters better since they first fought 4 years ago. O'Malley, after the fight, claimed he's still undefeated, but we all know he lost that first time against Marlon Vera. But like I said, the whole fight was pretty much one-sided. O'Malley just owned Marlon Vera, dominated him. Chito had no answer for him. Early in the fight, Sean O'Malley landed a nasty knee on Marlon Vera, which would have dropped most fighters. But Marlon Vera survived it to go on with the fight. O'Malley was winning going into the 5th round, obviously. And instead of letting up, O'Malley looked like he was going for the kill, going for the finish. He didn't let up at all, going after Marlon Vera and just dominating him. At the end of the fight, though, so Vera had no answer for O'Malley, and Chito Vera's best strike was at the end of the fight. Last couple seconds, he hit him in the solar plex, body shot, kind of hurt O'Malley, and that was about it for Marlon Vera. Sean O'Malley's striking was on point. It was accurate. He was landing spinning back kicks, regular kicks, crazy kicks, And that was it, pretty much. So Sean O'Malley beats Cheeto Marlon Vera in the rematch to retain his bantamweight title. Dana said it's possible for them to run it back a third time because they're both one and one win, one loss against each other. But he said that Cheeto Vera is going to probably have to get a couple more wins, and I don't see that happening. So O'Malley just dominates Cheeto Vera in the main event of UFC 299 to retain his bantamweight championship belt. But at the end of the fight, Sean O'Malley was limping out of the cage, and he ended up with a boot on his foot. So there's no report on injury, but we'll have to see what happens. Hopefully he's not hurt. But that was pretty much UFC 299 in a nutshell. Main event, O'Malley dominates Vera to retain his bantamweight belt. The whole fight was full of action, a lot of KOs. The prelims were good too. Curtis Blades knocking out Almeida, I think, in the second round. Almeida had a lot of takedowns. He had like eight takedowns in the first round. And then Curtis Blades was tired of it in the second round. And when he took him down, he started landing some hammer fists to Almeida. Then he knocked him out. So let me know what you guys think. Overall, this card was good. A lot of action, a lot of great fights. UFC 299 is over, and Sean O'Malley retains his bantamweight belt, dominating Cheeto Vera. So let me know what you guys think in the comment section. Thoughts, comments, questions, opinion in the comment section. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Blaze One Sports.